Channel 2 Action News investigation has learned that DeKalb water officials made a serious error in a public health warning last summer. The head of the agency downplayed the scale of the risk, even as complaints poured in from all across the county. Channel 2 investigative reporter Richard Belcher says state officials concluded that DeKalb blew it.
And the state knew that almost right away. When water pressure drops too low for any reason, there's a risk the water will become contaminated. In this case, that risk was system-wide, affecting 700,000 people. A state inspector complained soon afterward that DeKalb had a pattern of not issuing required public health warnings. The problem started at DeKalb's massive Scott Candler plant in Doraville. Because there's a risk of contamination when water pressure drops, the county had to respond.
And just into Channel 2 Action News, officials have issued a...
Here's how we reported what seemed like a minor disruption.
The advisory covers the Tucker area in DeKalb County.
We asked some customers whether getting accurate reports from Watershed matters.
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. I have grandchildren.
But what virtually no one knew last August is DeKalb County was besieged by customer complaints about low pressure from Lithonia, Tucker, Stone Mountain, Decatur, Chamblee, Doraville, and Dunwoody, the whole county. James Kapp is in charge of the water branch at the state EPD.
I think our end result was they didn't do a good enough job.
I'm not sure that there was much correspondence between the level of risk, if you will, and the response.
Sam Beatles is a professor at Southern Polytechnic and an engineer with experience in public water systems. He reviewed the records and concluded DeKalb officials minimized the problem, perhaps to avoid embarrassment.
The county is never really thrilled to have to issue a boil water advisory, especially if it's a big one.
Imagine the difference in the eyes of the public. A water warning that affects 30 or 40 or 50,000 people, or one that affects 700,000.
They made the wrong call.
Dr. James Chancellor took over the department after the incident. He says the error was the result of an honest difference of opinion.
You don't want to get the problem out there crying wolf all the time, so you really consider what's going on when you do a boil water area.
A state inspector was far more critical, writing, "The boil water advisory should have been issued system-wide. Calls from customers that were out of water were not heeded by upper management. There are serious communication problems. And DeKalb continues to not notify us or issue the required notices to protect public health."
Have you taken any disciplinary actions against anyone involved in this?
No. No.
Don't think there's any need to?
No.
If you had to give DeKalb County's water system a grade, what would it be?
Oh, well, they need to do better.
T? F?
Needs improvement.
After a 7-month investigation, EPD ordered DeKalb to develop a plan to avoid future problems and fine the county $1,000.
Does a $1,000 fine get a government's attention?
No. That would be the hand slap at best.
EPD says the point is not the amount of the fine, but getting DeKalb County to improve. DeKalb's Dr. Chancellor says he's already changing who has the authority to order a boil water warning. Coming up at 6, what happened to a water department whistleblower and a senior water official who sent us a statement that was misleading.